Alrighty, the poll results are in. You guys voted for this topic, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, before we even start talking, I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want anybody to think, wait, what? No. Phil Spencer does have some faith in Xbox, and the reason why he has some faith, well, I'm about to explain that to you because of the direction that they're going with Xbox. But as an overall whole, in terms of like gaming and their console market, that's where I meant to put my point in. Okay, I didn't really use my words correctly in that, so excuse me for that. But again, you all should understand where I'm coming from. Most of you should understand. So let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. So Microsoft, let's look at Microsoft. We start off with Don Matrick, the DRM, the bad policies, the negativity, the remarks about people in the military, about them having to buy a 360 if they can't afford internet or they can't establish an internet connection, all this. To now, what I'm saying? Phil Spencer definitely has done, I would say Phil Spencer is probably the better things that's happened to Microsoft in a long time. I know you're shocked to hear me say that, but let's be real here. In terms of just like turning the negatives into positives in a way, Phil has been the guy to do that. He has been a better role model and a better, not really role model, but he's been a better leader, if that's proper words. He's been a better leader than that of Don Matrick. Don Matrick simply didn't have a clue. Don Matrick was just a company man. Let's be real here. He was a company man, and he was talking to people as if like, he was in the boardroom basically talking to his peers instead of talking to them like, consumers and actual individuals. That right there led to Don Matrick pretty much getting canned in the long run, and he left and went to a different, promotion or a different, organization. And it's good for him. It's good for him. He landed on his feet. He's fine. Phil Spencer, look at him. Phil Spencer has done a lot. He's improved a lot, and he's moved up. He's moved up in the ranks. Now, you look at him move up in the ranks. If you look at that move, he went from the head of Xbox to the head of Windows software, or Microsoft software, or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Windows software at this point, but he went up to the head of Microsoft software department. Again, he went up, okay? He's done good. But if you look at the state of everything on Xbox and every decision he's made, regardless as of late, and you look at just the overall lack of effort put on actual games and just more emphasis put on features such as streaming 4K and things of that nature, and them hyping up a 4K Blu-ray drive in the console, as opposed to them hyping up what the console really is meant for, and that's games, you would see there's a lack of effort in that in that aspect, and you will really come to the conclusion to think, okay, do they not have faith in this product? Now again, this is going to go kind of 50-50 in a long way, because a lot of people are going to come at me already saying, well, they didn't have faith in their product, why they released the Xbox One X. I said it before, the Xbox One X is not for the gamer, it's for the shareholders. It's to appease the shareholders. The shareholders have been angry with the Xbox One since launch. This console's coming out to hopefully fix that and to get them back on their good side to fix things. Let's be real here. Do gamers really want this 4K thing? No. Gamers didn't ask for 4K. We asked it for 60 frames per second. Okay? That was the main thing gamers asked for. Gamers asked for 60 frames per second. When this console was being built as a beast with no limitations, no barriers, we all were thinking, okay, we're expecting 4K, obviously. We're expecting 4K, but one of the main things, especially the hardcore fans, and come on, you already know it, everybody was expecting 1080p 60 frames per second. When this console comes out, it doesn't even offer that on all games. Sure, it's offering that on Rise of the Tomb Raider, a game from 2 years ago that they're hyping up like it's brand new, but again, it's not offered on every single game. Man, I don't understand why they're not doing that. That's a gold mine. That's money right there, Phil. That's money. If you could advertise this as 1080p 60 on every single game, especially new games and third-party games, you are looking at some sales in the Xbox One. But again, they don't want to do that. I don't understand this. They want to push this power argument. You can push the power argument all you want. The power argument only goes so far. You know what I'm saying? There's a limit to how hard you can push that power argument. There's a limit. You can't push the power argument so hard to the point where you miss your focus, you miss your audience. Your audience is here not just for power, they're here for games to take advantage of that so that they can have an incentive to really buy your console. If you have all these third-party games, let's be real here. I see people saying people like Sony, they're saying people like me and Sony in general are stingy because of exclusives. exclusives give people the incentive to buy the console. Let's be real here. We need exclusives to establish the identity of all three consoles. We need it. Nintendo's known for their exclusives, which you can't get anywhere else. Their games are catered to everyone. For kids. And really adults, they have games for everybody. They appeal to everybody. Mario, despite having a lot of Mario games, Mario appeals to a lot of people. Sony, a lot of games, a lot of genres exclusive to their platform to give them an identity, saying, hey, look, we're Sony. This is our diverse library. This is for you if you buy our console. Microsoft, everything is all one with PC, and they don't offer anything, and that's the problem. Nobody really cares about the whole third party, who has the best multiplats. Nobody really cares, guys. Nobody cares. Let's be real here. Nobody cares. Sure, you have the fanboys. Let's be real. Yes, the fanboys will always be around to talk about multiplats. And yes, at the beginning of this generation, PlayStation came out. It was cheaper and it was more powerful than the Xbox One. That is a fact. But one of the main things you guys fail to realize, because a lot of you saying that, oh, the multiplat sold the PS4. It did not. The price point sold the PS4. Yes, the fact that it was more powerful than the Xbox One was just the icing on the cake. That just made people go, you know what? That's a better value than this. That's pretty much it. You look at things now. What exactly has changed in favor of Microsoft? Sure, Microsoft has the power advantage. Yes, we can agree. Microsoft has the power advantage, but they lack the very, very basic core thing that matters, and that is the gaming aspect. Sony has the games and power somewhat, just not as much the Xbox One, or Xbox One X, but again, they have the power and they have their games, and they're going to show off their power with their games. And it's crazy. All this talk about power from Xbox, right? All this talk about power from Xbox, yet I don't see a single game on Xbox that looks on par with Spider-Man. I don't see that. I really don't see it. Sure, you guys can hype up, indie games being 4K 60. Okay, sure, 4K 60 on non-demanding indie games. Okay, Forza Horizon, Forza 7, which is 4K 60. Again, a racing simulator. I'm not into racing simulators. I'm not. They're not my cup of tea. But that doesn't mean that they're not your cup of tea. Okay, I don't want to throw you off. Okay, just because they're not my cup of tea doesn't mean they're not your cup of tea. Okay, but again, Forza Horizon. Okay, we throw that to the side. We have other games coming on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? We have Days Gone. Good God, Detroit Become Human. There's so many games on PlayStation side, and a lot of you, you make these outlandish claims. And again, I understand that you like Xbox. I understand you like Xbox, and you feel this need that you want to defend your console of choice. Hey, I understand it, but I would never defend a company that told me to hashtag deal with it at the start of this generation. I'm sorry, guys. That's something I would not advise anybody. I would not advise you to do it. I can't advise myself to do it, okay? That's something that you don't do. You really don't do that. You look at stuff with a logical sense. Why are you guys talking like businessmen in Xbox? Why do you talk like that? You guys don't own stock in this company. I don't own stock in Sony, and yet I don't talk business like Sony. I just talk common sense when it comes to Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo. But yet somehow that makes me a bad guy for talking common sense. It's everything you need to really establish an opinion or establish a fact or anything like that. Really, the facts are out there, period. Just look at the market. You know what I'm saying? It's all out there. It's all out there. Every week you get everything comes out. Everything. And that's just common sense. It's really common sense. You got people mad about the Cuphead situation. I said it beforehand, man. I don't believe you guys are going to buy Cuphead. And data shows, man. PC guys bought it more than you guys. And it's like, again, this is the game that you guys hyped up. Remember, this is supposed to be the Ratchet and Clank destroyer. Remember that? You guys are hyping up like it's that type of destroyer. So I'm like, okay, for $20, hey, it better sell well. And yet, I'm not hearing anything groundbreaking. Horizon Zero Dawn sold way more in its first 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying here? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm getting this? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All the hype that comes out of the Xbox camp, and yet no hype or no effort goes to you guys actually purchasing the games. That's what matters, man. It matters. You got to support these games. Phil Spencer, again, he's got somewhat faith in the console. He's doing things okay. He's focusing on a few things, but again, he doesn't really see Xbox as a gaming platform anymore. He doesn't see it as a console. He sees it as a streaming device. He sees it more as a more like a Steam service where you have an Xbox Live account, just like you have to have a Steam account, right? You go to these Steam. So in this case, you have your Xbox account. If you already have one, you already have a smooth transition. You go and have your account. It'll show your profile, and then it'll show all the games on the Windows Store. And then you buy the games on the Windows Store, and then that will be on your PC. Now, I promise you, if this continues, you're gonna have probably another. Yeah, you're gonna have another Xbox, but it won't be the same type of Xbox. It won't have any disc. It won't have anything like that. It's basically going to be a Steam machine, the very consoles that we destroyed last generation with the PS3 and 360 because they was too expensive. But I'm telling you right now, that's where Microsoft wants to go. They want to become a Steam machine type of service where you have everything connected online. Well, let's be real here. I remember when we all were protesting about this DRM thing, and then Sony casually released some numbers saying that 75% of every PlayStation 4 owner, of all the PlayStation 4 owners as of right now, have an internet connection. And I'm like, Sony, why'd you release that? Kind of makes you wonder, are they really going to push that aspect? Yeah, but you guys don't want to look like that. Nah, you don't want to think about the broader picture. I'm looking at the broader picture. I'm not just looking at something silly as you guys hyping up, or calling people pedophiles on the internet because they like Crash Bandicoot, and then jumping and throwing your shoes in the air and screaming, "Yay!" when you hear Crash Bandicoot might be coming to the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into those type of things right now. I'm not even into that right now. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes right now. I'm trying to get into the very, very, very important things right now. And the very, very important thing right now is competition. We need competition for Sony. But if Microsoft pulls out, then who's really going to be competition for Sony? Nintendo. And Nintendo, it isn't really known for pushing, Sony in a direction to where they got to really try. No. Nintendo is just known for making innovative ways to play. That's what Nintendo really likes to put their focus on. It's innovative ways for you to be immersed with the game that you play and the game that you like. That's exactly what Nintendo likes to do. And again, Nintendo is good at that. Nintendo knows what sells. Nintendo knows what people want. Nintendo knows what games people want. The problem with Nintendo has always been the lack of third-party support. However, they're doing everything right with the Switch. They're getting third-party support. But again, that's something that can easily fall in his face if they mess it up. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Nintendo needs to step it up if Microsoft was to pull out because we need competition. But Microsoft is no competition to Sony in this day and age as of right now. They're just not. They're not putting any effort towards games. They're not pushing, games towards, they're not really trying to push anything to make Sony go, okay, here they come. We got to fix this. No, there's no effort or anything like that being pushed towards Sony's way. And it really makes you wonder in the long run, okay, if you guys really want to go out like that, then what's the point of me buying your console? What's the point of me investing? You know what I'm saying? This is not hate, man. This is just common sense. And I want all of you to understand that. This is common sense. Common sense. Sure, I'm going to have some people in their 40s or whatever, and they can't accept it. It's fine. I'm okay with you not accepting it. But hey, ironically, like Adam Orff said to you in the beginning of this generation, you're going to have to deal with it. You might not like the facts, but you're going to have to deal with them, man. You see, you don't have to take it from me. You don't have to take it from me. You can just look at the market. You can look at the lack of games, the lack of effort, the lack of everything else, but the more and more push towards accessories, PC, and the overall push to games being pushed to PC. That right there is enough right there to establish what I'm saying right there. But again, people don't want to look at that. They just want to see it going, oh, they just want to make more money. No, people, they're packing up and leaving if this console does not sell. I promise you, Microsoft does not care anymore about the Xbox brand. They don't see it as a console anymore. They see it as a Steam service. That's exactly what they see it as. Exactly. And to put further icing on the cake, I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Remember how Cuphead, remember, I said Phil has some faith in Xbox, but he doesn't have that much faith in Xbox in terms of games. Remember Cuphead. Cuphead was going to come out, right? That was going to be their major seller because Crackdown 3 got delayed because, it's best for gamers, right, guys? It's best for you guys. It got delayed. So Cuphead came out. If you didn't know, Cuphead has a limited edition console, but guess what? You guys couldn't get it. That's right, you guys couldn't get it. A limited edition console that was given out for free to guys like Lamar Wilson and all these other YouTubers. Let me tell you why they gave it out to Lamar Wilson and all these other YouTubers. Number one, they gave it out to them because I'm pretty sure they actually play games, for one. Number two, they're just they're Microsoft, you know, like, they support Microsoft. They actually buy the system. They buy stuff. You guys are not buying stuff. If you would have bought Xboxes, if you would have bought everything that you guys claimed you bought, you guys would have had a limited edition Cuphead version of this console out. And yes, and I'm not even gonna lie, the limited edition Cuphead version of this console looked pretty good. It was a yellow console. It had Cuphead on it, and it said "Dance with the Devil," I think, on the front of it. It looks good, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That console looks good. That would have been a major seller for the Xbox One, but again, they didn't do it. So it is what it is, man. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. Deuces.